What's up YouTube, it's Eric Kelly, aka The Tech Gentleman, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some tips and tricks for the Pixel 6 Pro. Before we get going though, I want to remind you guys, make sure you hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I have links in the description below. Also, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you got any comments or questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. But without further ado, let's talk tech. Alright guys, let's get right into the tips and tricks. The first one we have is going to be face-based auto rotate. The way that you get here is you go to settings and you're going to go to display, and we're going to scroll all the way down until we see auto rotate. So here you'll see a second option that says enable face detection. What this does is it actually has the front facing camera look at your face, and it matches the orientation of the screen to your face. So if you're lying in bed on your side and you happen to lay down a little bit too far, the screen won't rotate. It'll actually stay in portrait mode to match the orientation of your face. Very cool. Tips and trick number 2 is going to be adaptive battery. What you get here is go back to settings, and we're going to go up to battery, and you go to adaptive preferences. Here you have a couple of options. The one we're concerned about is the adaptive charging. What this does is it actually limits how long your phone is actually charging while it's plugged in. So the way it works is if you set an alarm for, let's say 6 a.m. and you plug it in at 10 p.m. obviously your phone will be charged within an hour or two. But what this does is it makes sure your phone actually hits 100% right at 6 a.m. It's pretty cool. It's a feature that's existed on other phones, but happy to see it coming to Pixel. Tips and trick number 3 is going to be for those people who love audio and really like to nerd out about it. So the way we'll go here is we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to about phone, scroll down to build number. I'm already a developer, but if you're not already, you can tap it and it'll do a countdown and it'll let you know once you become a developer. So the way you get to the developer options, go back to settings, go to system, and you'll see the developer option button right here. We'll click it, and a little more than halfway down you'll see your Bluetooth options. So the ones we're concerned about are going to be the Bluetooth audio codec and the Bluetooth audio sample rate. These are two things that people who like audio are familiar with and like to know the status of whenever they're using headphones. So here you can see all your different frequency options, and you can see your different codecs. You got AAC, Qualcomm ATPX, ATPX HD, and LDAC. It's nice to know this phone supports those higher end audio codecs, and so now you can splurge on some earbuds that actually support some higher end audio. Tips and trick number 4 is going to be using the power button to summon the assistant. The way you enable this is going to settings, and you go down to system, and you go to gestures. Once you're in gestures, you'll actually see an option down here at the bottom that says press and hold power button. Tap on it and you can turn on hold for assistant. Normally it'll give you the power menu where it has restart and emergency calling, but when you do hold for assistant, now it does this. Text fake. So now it summons your assistant, and you can go ahead and start issuing any of your normal Google commands like hey G, turn on the dishwasher, hey G, turn on living room TV, hey G, play this song. You can do any of those from that menu now just by pressing the power button. And it's pretty nice because you'll actually get a little haptic feedback in the phone letting you know that the assistant is now listening, and you can start as soon as you feel that vibration. You don't have to wait for the visual pop-up to come up and finish loading and all of that stuff. It's pretty cool. Tips and trick number 5 is going to be one-handed mode. This year the Pixel 6 Pro is a big boy, so having a one-handed mode that's easy to use just makes life a little bit simpler. So the way you get to it is go to settings, and we'll go to system, and go back to that gestures menu, and down at the bottom down here you'll see one-handed mode. Now it's not as straightforward as most one-handed modes where it's either on or off. You actually get some options, right? So the way you activate it is you pull down basically on the home button down here, You can see I have mine set up to pull down my notification shade, but if you wanted to, you can have it pull the entire screen down. So if I swipe down now, I have the entire phone and like this little small window down here, and when I'm done, I swipe up and the phone goes back to regular size. That's pretty cool. And also you can add a one-handed mode shortcut either by pressing both the volume buttons or having a little button over here you can tap anytime to open it. Those are accessibility options, so it's nice to have those options there as well. Alright, tips and trick number 6 is going to be quick tap. This is one of the new Pixel 6 specific features that I like. The way you get to it is you go to settings and go back to system and back to that gestures menu. And at the top up here you'll see a quick tap option. And when you open it, it gives you a whole lot of options that you can use for this quick tap. So you can do to take a screenshot, which I think is the default option when you first get the phone out the box. You also have access your assistant. You can have it play pause media, show recent apps or notifications, but I have mine set to open YouTube. So if I back out the settings and I double tap, boom, opens YouTube. Like I said, you can have it open any app. You can have it activate the assistant, pull down notifications. The world is your oyster, especially since you don't have to tap in a particular place. You can just tap anywhere on the back of the phone and it'll pick up the input. Cool tip. So tips and trick number 7 is definitely less of a trick and more of a tip. If you go to settings and you want to look at your screen on time, right? Trying to manage your battery a little bit. The new battery readout for Android 12 is kind of weird. It doesn't give you a straightforward screen on time, but if you go to apps, then you'll actually get a very clear screen time. It'll show you the breakout by days, show you the apps and how much time they've used, and right up there at the top, screen time, 5 hours, 35 minutes. Now this doesn't go from the last time you had a full charge. So if you're going to use this menu, just keep in mind that if you are one of those people that wakes up in the middle of the night, start using your phone, then you put it back on a charger, it's just gonna show you the cumulative screen on time. So if the entire day you use the phone and plugged it up and use it some more, it won't factor that into the screen on time readout. Alright guys, last but definitely not least is tips and trick number 8. This one is going to be use the voice assistant. Once again, another tip, less of a trick. Here's the reason why. The Tensor chip enables super powered Google Assistant. So basically, as far as voice dictation goes, it's ridiculously fast. Just to show you, take a look at this. Text fake. Hey bro, comma. Just wanted to check and make sure you're coming to dinner tonight, period. Our coworker that you've been liking on for a little while is going to be there, so make sure you act normal, period. Dress nice, comma, not like a bum how you always do. Clear. Dress nice, comma, she's really feeling you, period. Also, make sure you put on some smell good and comb your hair, period. Don't embarrass me. Clear all. Stop. So as you can see, I was able to dictate an entire conversation, make corrections. They have a whole suite of commands you can give. It's contextually aware, so when I say clear all, it knew not to type out clear all, but to actually execute the clear all, which wipes out the whole field. When I said stop, it knew I didn't mean for it to text stop. It knew I meant for it to stop the mic from picking up my voice. Very cool. Once you get used to it, it's going to be difficult to really communicate any other way. All right, but that's the final tips and trick for the Pixel 6 Pro. If you guys like this video, I can come up with some more tips and tricks to let you know about later. But until next time guys, I'll talk to you. Peace.